jaBROni, JABRONIXYZ ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.
We can curse.
Okay.
Yeah, cursing is like a completely, that's a thing now. Like you can do it as much as you want.
Fair enough. Is this being recorded right now?
This is being recorded.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the jaBROnis presented by bodyslam.net. I am your reigning, defending, undisputed jaBROni world champion.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Topher McCann, joined with the sexy Mr. Mike Butler.
Oh, please. Thank you. It's true. Right. I cannot argue. Hello, everyone.
Mentioning the title, we'll tease it again. So far, you've been letting it be known that the coalition is coming.
It's on the rise. It's on the rise.
And we've had clues to a new challenger for the title. Family Man. I got to ask a question last week, seeing if it was someone in your family. It was not.
Yeah, and I think you were pretty surprised by that.
I was. I thought maybe we were getting a, like, you know, like a Uso, like Twin Magic, the Bellas. I thought we were maybe getting another Butler.
I am the only one that looks like this.
Butler coming and hitting me in the head and knocking me out and taking the upper hand, but no. So we will get maybe another clue onto that.
Do you want to ask another question, or you want me to give you a clue?
No, I feel like I was terrible at questions last week, and
okay.
I even though it did give me, but I think maybe I might go for clue this week.
Okay, all right. You're running thin, but you kind of caught me off guard here. I thought you were going to say question, so right off the bat, I'm going to
questions.
I'm gonna think of it. I'm gonna just throw this out there. This is a big one. This man has had one of the most successful careers outside of the wrestling business.
So he's in the wrestling business.
Is or was.
But also outside of
has had one of the most successful careers outside the wrestling business.
Dude, is Dwayne Johnson really going to beat me for this title?
I don't know. I got something in the works. I'm just saying. I know some people that know some people that can get some people on this show.
All right. Not nervous at all. Wasn't watching the movie Baywatch this morning with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Zac Efron. Definitely wasn't doing that.
Don't forget the front bump. Don't forget the front bump.
I'm not gonna lie, that actually happened this morning. I was watching something on YouTube and got suggested to watch the scene from Baywatch the movie with David Hasselhoff and Dwayne Johnson. And guess what? I fucking watched it.
Yeah, it's actually a phenomenal film. I enjoyed it very much. Not gonna lie.
All right. I'm sweating. I don't know why.
Well, I just dropped a hammer on you, basically.
I can feel it in my underarms. I don't know. For now, let's move along. Where should we even begin?
You know, there is a lot of pretty solid wrestling this week. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed almost every show. Almost.
Agreed. And I guess we'll go over the place. First thing I mentioned to you right before we started recording. I mean, we already saw that we said we curse a lot. Fuck yeah. We kept that in. But before that, NXT.
Yes.
I was telling you that for some reason, it just, like, I used to get super excited for years to watch NXT. For some reason, I don't know. There's something about it that does not make me very excited about it. Like, there's certain things I like, but I don't know what it is.
Look, it's no secret that NXT is basically the redheaded stepchild of this review show. Doesn't get that much love, you know. And for me personally, it's not that it doesn't have talent. For me, I don't connect with almost anybody on that roster. Now, of course, like it goes without saying that guys like Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, those two are like top notch. I don't think they should be on there. Same with Gargano, same with Ciampa. Like those Gargano and Ciampa, NXT, like originals, basically, like they're vets. I think they're there to stay. But like guys like Cole and O'Reilly, I want to see up in the main roster. You know,
And then you see that, I don't know, like you got like they're doing different things. Like Roddy Strong has the Diamond the Mine thing they're doing. They're building that up. Malcolm Bivens is on NXT. Huge fan of Malcolm Bivens. I don't know, but just with Hit Row, I mean, they just came onto the scene. And I mean, Isaiah Swerve Scott has been fantastic. I've been a huge fan of him for a while. But just all the things, the Bronson Reed all of a sudden dropping the title. And we saw Karrion Kross on main event and Bronson. It's just like you see the right, like, do you think they're going to do Gargano over Kross?
What, for a main roster call? Oh, you mean a match?
Like, are they going to put the NXT title on Gargano, you think?
No, I don't. I don't see that happening. I think forgive me, is Diamond Mine face or heel? I guess heel. Are they heel?
I guess.
I mean, know. So
Hit Row. It's like they're a heel faction. I mean, so far, I guess all
right. So like where I'm getting at is I don't think it probably doesn't matter, but I wouldn't be surprised if like Roddy challenged Karrion Kross down the line at some point, maybe won, or even with Hit Row, if they had somebody win it. I don't think Gargano gets put over Karrion Kross, because Kross can be on the main roster and still have the NXT title. That's not something that we've never seen before. I also want to, hold out hope that they clear Samoa Joe and you get Samoa Joe versus Kross and Joe gets the title.
Yeah, but like, because they made Gargano look like a dweeb this week, almost to the point where Kross was leaving in the infamous NXT parking lot where anything can happen. And almost to the point where like Karrion Kross decided he was going to murder Johnny Gargano just to close out like the show almost. And was about to run him over. And then you just cut back. You see him drive away. The camera goes over and you see Samoa Joe like pulling him off to the side, almost like picking him up like a child. Like, you done fucked up. Get back inside. Like, I don't know. And he's the challenger for the title. I don't know. He just looked like a huge dweeb to me.
We'll see. Look, the bottom line is the best thing on NXT, and probably the best character on NXT, LA Knight is the best person on NXT. I'm fully believing that. I think he's taking this $1 million championship run. I think he's taking it, making it his own. And Cameron Grimes fell in love with him. Fell in love.
Yeah, me same. I've talked about it before.
It was an unexpected love.
I was not a fan.
Right. So
I thought it was, but yeah, he completely won me over. I'm a huge Cameron Grimes. Again, like that chase for the $1 million title will be fun, and it's cool for them to have just that $1 million title. Like even have like the FTW title, like something that's like almost not official, but like it's cool to just have that to use as a program, basically.
Right.
So
Do you think that Grimes wins the championship, or do you think he becomes LA Knight's personal butler?
That was kind of weird just because they just did that recently with Chuck Taylor and Miro. Yeah, when I heard that stipulation, I'd assume that Cameron Grimes is going to be a butler.
Oh, you agree? You think he's going to lose?
I think, yeah, probably.
I do too. I do too. I think they like, because it's so easy to like say, oh, Grimes isn't going to, they're not going to put Grimes as a butler. He's going to win the NXT title. Like, you know, they're not going to do that. I think they're trying to do a little swerve there. I think they want us to think that Grimes is going to win, but he's going to fucking lose.
We know how this works out.
We've predicted a couple times, you know, I'm just saying.
But there's no way to just, you kind of thought maybe he would win the match originally, Cameron Grimes. It was great to put it on LA Knight. Turn it over this quickly and put it doesn't.
And again, like LA Knight is way too good to take it off of you.
This is a slow burn. You could do it this is a summer program. You can do it at a takeover or something with a crowd.
Yeah.
But for now, lose, do the butler thing. Maybe they're build it up for a while until the inevitable. I'm not taking this anymore and get to it. But yeah, that's not happening. That's great. I do love Ciampa and Thatcher, the whole MSK. I mean, there's things, that's the thing. It's like, there's things about NXT that, but for some reason, it's just, I feel like on Tuesdays, I'm not like at my TV at 8:00. Like I'm watching it later on the next, I don't know. It just, for some reason, I can't put my finger on it though.
Yeah, it's definitely lost a little bit of its magic. And I don't know if that's because they've cut people or they've released people that could have gone down to NXT or what, but it's definitely not like, it's not must see TV like the other shows are, you know.
Like it's Great American Bash next week, right? Like it's just kind of like, to me almost, it just seems like it's just two or three.
Like
it's just thrown.
Is, you know, their big thing for that is Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole, and it's like, they're gonna have a solid match, but like it's gonna be like their 5th or 6th solid match or something, you know. Like the rematch bug is insane in this company as a whole, man. Like
there's no vaccine for it.
There really is not no vaccine. There's not. It's
everywhere.
terrible. It's awful.
And I guess too, I mean, I think I've gotten, since I started doing the Monday Night jaBROnis review for Raw, like I feel like I've gotten more invested into Raw. Not that it's gotten like real bad, even though it's been okay.
2 weeks hasn't been too terrible.
I feel like it's more, I don't know, the way that I do the review or whatever, it makes it more fun watching Raw, because the whole time I'm watching it, you know, I'm like,
so
it's more enjoyable.
Right. It's kind of like, I mean, this might not be a good analogy, but it's kind of like if you put a bet down on a game that doesn't have like your team in it. So like if you put a bet down on like the Cowboys versus the Giants, you don't want to watch that game, but you have some incentive for it.
Yes.
You know, and like
I'll peek at the score.
Right. Your Monday Night jaBROni, that's your incentive to watch Raw. The Untitled Raw review, that's my incentive to watch Raw. You know, and same with SmackDown and so on.
Sometimes I almost wanted to do a Friday night jaBROnis almost, because I feel like there's some people running over from Raw and running into SmackDown's writer's room and like, hey guys, we're here to fuck shit up. Got a couple terrible ideas.
This is how you do it, okay? This is how you book a show, all right?
USA, we know what we're doing, but Fox, come on, get the Fox robot. Fox robot. We need the Fox robot. I swear to God, this draft, they're doing the last week of August, first week of September. If there's no Fox robot in the war room celebrating picks, So help me. Love Fox Robot. I tweeted about this a few weeks ago. We need the robot back.
We need to get him on the show, or we need to follow him.
Could you
on
imagine?
Twitter,
Is he challenging me for the title?
Oh, he might. I might need to do some recruiting.
Just give it, just hand it to him at that point.
Dude, I'm not even gonna try. Here you
go. So I say Monday Night Raw.
Okay.
What were your thoughts coming out? What comes to your head immediately?
Okay. So, I mean, you're gonna hear me say a whole bunch of this. I mean, you've heard me say it before. I'll focus on the main event. Well, actually, first off, let's take it back from the beginning. Really don't know what's going on with Randy Orton. Hopefully, it's all storyline. You never know these days. I remember I know there was like a picture on Twitter going around with the WWE account saying that they agreed to terms of Randy Orton's release, yada, yada, yada. But it's obviously a fake picture.
I did not see that. That's funny. There's no way that's true.
Honestly, I think it's just, I think it's a storyline. I think it's a way to build, because unfortunately, I don't think we're getting an RK Bro tag title run. I do think we're getting Randy Orton and Matt Riddle at SummerSlam. So I think it's all just a slow burn to get to that.
Yeah, it does seem to be the way they're going with it.
It's unfortunate.
It's crazy that they have merch as a tag team, and they've tagged like maybe like
that's what I'm saying.
Or 3 times.
They just released all that, so like maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like remember when Jericho and Styles were a team, when Styles first came into the business?
Y2AJ.
Y2AJ
for and they sold the shirts.
Yeah, they sold the shirts and everything, and then they feuded and then they fought at WrestleMania 32. So maybe it's not that far fetched.
Yep.
Drew McIntyre winning the qualifying match. I don't get it.
Did you think Riddle was gonna pull it off?
Yeah, I did. I really did. I would have put money on it for sure.
Because they did that in the beginning.
Really
they had Riddle say that he wanted to be in the Battle Royal because Randy couldn't make it, and if he won and then won the triple threat match, that Randy got to be in the match. So I thought it looked like they were. But you can't have this main event without Drew McIntyre in it. Obviously,
stupid. It's stupid. I'm gonna say this right now. This is the Riddle show. Okay. Bobby Lashley was not on this week, and I don't know if it was this week or last week where we were saying Matt Riddle, aside from Hot Bobby, is the best thing on Raw. He
might be the best thing.
Probably the most talented, give or take, on Raw, and is in the top 3, 4, or 5 guys on Raw. And with Bobby off the show this week, he legitimately was the best thing on Raw overall.
He was the MVP.
Pretending to be Randy Orton. His entrance, like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't know if it's somebody telling him to do this or if these are his ideas, but whatever. Whoever is responsible, kudos to you. Kudos to Riddle anyway, because if he is being told to do it, he knows how to do it. Like, he knows how to entertain. And, you know, with such low expectations going into these episodes of Raw, these final few weeks of the Thunderdome, and to have the 2 episodes that we've had, I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, the whole, like you said, Riddle, to the point where, well, the one thing I thought was kind of weird that Damian Priest was in the Battle Royal and just kind of
like the jobber entrance, basically.
Yeah, everybody already in the ring. I'm like, what? Really? Like Damian Priest? Like, just you're really gonna do that? Just have him in there?
I think they tried to make up for it though with the backstage segment with Riddle.
Yeah,
but still, there's like one of the last 2 people in the ring in that Battle Royal, and like Because now what are you gonna do with him? What are you gonna do with him? He ain't gonna be on Money in the Bank on the pay-per-view, probably.
That was
He's
great.
Not feuding with anyone.
He but they had that.
Unless I'm sorry.
Go.
Maybe they're doing something like, so you know how like Damien Priest was like buddy with Riddle and stuff, and he's like, "Yo, you're my boy," yada yada yada. Maybe he tries to get Riddle to like think like how the New Day was trying to make him think like, "Yo, Randy's not good for you," and it leads to like a Damien Priest versus Randy Orton match. They could do that like Money in the Bank, or maybe that's the SummerSlam match. I doubt it, but
because they made it that's kind of almost what I was mentioning, like when he said that Randy should Damien said Randy should be lucky to have you, and then Riddle just goes, "Oh,
yeah." Another solid use of the awe.
They went, and then he mentioned about going to Burger King, and then they tweeted later on of the week them at Burger King together. I don't know. Just
meanwhile, Randy's just fuming. No.
Oh, and this kind of all because we were talking a few weeks ago about the whole Goldberg. Goldberg has another match coming up. And then I was hearing that the match since apparently if Brock's not back, that the match at SummerSlam would be Hot Bobby and Goldberg.
So I have a friend at work who we talk about this stuff with, and he sent me a picture that he saw on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, so the night after this week's Raw. And I don't know if people can see this, and I don't know how the page is like called Attitude Pop, but the caption there above that picture of Goldberg and Lashley is Goldberg versus Bobby Lashley rumored for SummerSlam 2021. So I don't know how accurate that is, but I mean, look, don't do it. Like, please don't do it. I'm begging you not to do it, because you know he's not gonna win. Goldberg's not gonna win, but like, we know that. If you get Lesnar, and I know it's not all WWE's fault if they can't get him, like Lesnar has to want to do it. But like, if Lesnar comes back, I'm not sure who wins between Lesnar and Lashley. It keeps it exciting, you know. Just don't do it. And no matter what they do, also, nothing's gonna beat Roman Reigns versus John Cena. Like, that's gonna be the match of the night. It's gonna be the main event. Nobody's going to beat that. So maybe they're thinking they don't want to make it too big and overshadow that.
It's happening. I think it's happening.
You think it's definitely happening?
Yeah, I think so. That's
well, then there's only one thing to wish for, and that's Kofi beat Bobby. And then
no, that's not. No, it's not. No, that's what they're not taking. Kofi has I guarantee Kofi has 0% chance to win the WWE title.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, Money in the Bank's up in the air. We could discuss that for a while, because I was looking at the image of everyone in it when you already know, but I was just like, wow, like there's certain people you think like they're not going to put, but I was like, this is going to be awesome for the most. Like, I was just like, a lot of potential. Yeah. There's people I would like to see it get put on, but I don't know if that's happening. But it goes back, that triple threat match, I kind of figured Drew was winning, just because in the triple threat match, it's AJ already has the tag titles. He's got something going on. Riddle's already in it. And I just figured for some reason,
like he was fighting for Randy though.
But Drew has nothing. If Drew lost that,
he should have nothing. He shouldn't be in the match.
There's no way he's gonna not be on the first pay-per-view with fans.
I understand that, but this is the perfect time to do McIntyre versus Jinder. And this is the only time you'll ever hear me endorse Jinder. Like, it's a perfect time to do it. He just lost the match where he doesn't get another shot at the title. and then you put him in the title picture. It doesn't make sense. He doesn't deserve to be in there. Meanwhile, you got Riddle busting his ass on Raw. They had me when he left because of his ankle injury. They had me. He came back. I really thought that was it. They should have done that, and they didn't because it's a terrible decision. That's why I applied to be a writer at WWE, which I'm still waiting to hear back. So WWE, hit me up, please.
Well,
your champions, Bobby.
Jinder's probably gonna win Money in the Bank anyway. It's he's gonna take out Drew, take his spot. Boom. He's gonna make it a boombox like Brock. It's gonna be awesome.
If that happens, I mean, I'm all for him taking out Drew. I just do not want to see him win Money in the Bank. I really don't. Come on, like who? So out of everyone that's been named so far, between the guys on Raw and the guys on SmackDown, who is the best? Who could you see with that briefcase?
Who do I see?
Who can you see? Not who you think is gonna win, not who you think like is like the
Can we go through it?
fit.
Let's try to. I know Big E is in it.
Big E, Kevin Owens,
Riddle,
Ricochet, JMO, Drew McIntyre. Who can have the most fun with that briefcase?
Let's go through.
Drew ain't carrying
All right, Drew. Boring.
He's got a sword.
That would be boring.
Right. It would be boring.
Ricochet would be boring.
He does like the thing at the top of the entrance. Can't do that with the briefcase to cover his face. J-Mo is too busy wheeling the Miz around and carrying his dripstick. He ain't going to do it.
I don't know, but that would be very entertaining. But the Miz kind of had it already. I heard that he was pushing for his idea of bit drip.
I did hear that. Yes.
That fantastic. Love him. Super funny. But
it's down to two, right? Like Kevin Owens.
It's Riddle.
It's Riddle and Big E right now.
It's Riddle and Big E. Kevin Owens.
As much as I would love to see Kevin Owens, like I just don't.
I don't think it would be entertaining.
Right. And we've seen Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns and all that. Not that would really matter anyway, since they love doing rematches. But
Cesaro is going to be in the match too, probably.
So you think he wins next week?
Yeah, there's no because I feel like he's already pissed at Edge for taking the title shot. Yeah, so they already again are so Cesaro will be in the and then that's what I'm assuming.
I'm thinking Cesaro wins as well, and then Seth kind of lays low until Money in the Bank and costs Edge the championship. But come on, you gotta be able to see Riddle just carrying the briefcase around, riding down the scooter, like hanging it off the scooter or something. Randy Orton just looking at him all jealous and stuff. Like, I think it's too good to book.
It's him and Big E, and then you just line it up where currently you have two heel champions. I don't know. That's my thinking right now. One of those two.
Yeah.
But, and then it would be fun. I mean, in past, it's been sometimes not so successful for people. Baron Corbin. But can we talk about that for a second? What are your thoughts on this? Before I give my thoughts, what are your thoughts on this whole Baron Corbin? Happy Corbin? Trademark?
To me, he's one of the hottest baby faces on SmackDown right now. Gotta say, I feel so bad for him. I really do. They better get his happy pills ready. But I feel like when they were showing him his car getting towed, I feel like he's not doing that well. Apparently it was repossessed. Did you know that?
Yeah, it got repossessed. I showed my wife that this morning.
I will say this. I'm not so much, how am I trying to find the right words? I'm not so much loving Baron Corbin as it's more like I'm really ashamed and disappointed in Rick Boogs. Because look, it's one thing to take a man's crown, but it's another thing to freaking goad him after he just lost a match. He's trying to leave. Okay, he knows what's up. He's down on his luck. You don't got to go in there and be like, we're getting chicken a la king, or go sleep in your king-sized bed. That's awesome. You think that is insulting him? Oh no, go sleep in your king-size. I wish I had a king-size bed. I don't have a king-size bed. Like, come on. And he said another joke. I forget what it was, but fucking stop
the
it.
King Me when they were playing chess.
Oh, because play jack. No,
Boog's
not
a
fun.
dick. You talking him up so he's such a dick.
I know. I mean, I still like him. I still think he's cool, and I still like Kingsuke Nakamura. But like, don't be a dick, man. The guy's obviously down on his luck. Shit.
I saw people have been, since they trademarked, I don't know where they're going with that Happy Corbin, if that's what they're gonna start calling him, literally.
That's almost as bad as Shorty G.
Yeah, two drops. But people were kind of ripping this apart online, saying it's like how stupid this whole I thought, honestly, everything they did on SmackDown was perfect. I thought Baron Corbin played that up perfectly.
Are you talking about just this segment, or are you talking about the whole night?
I thought the whole night with the Corbin stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. No, just because they did it they had maybe 3 little segments with it the whole entire night, maybe.
Okay.
I just thought the look of Baron Corbin, where he has
he's
hair around the side, but
he's
bald
got
up top.
the 5 o'clock shadow going.
Everything, the way he came out with his entrance, just his body, they can give anything to Baron Corbin, and he's so good. People love to hate him, but I think he's one of the top guys in the company. And I'm dead serious about that. I think he is a top 5 in that company.
Look, everybody's got to find their thing in the WWE that makes them stand out, like a gimmick or a rivalry or a segment or something. I think this can make that stand out for Baron Corbin. Essentially a big break for him because he is playing the character so well. And if he grows his hair out, and it seems like it's a slow transformation back to the Lone Wolf. Not saying he's gonna grow his hair all the way out because he is on the bald side, but I think this is only going to mean good things for him. And I think by the time crowds get around, he may be getting some pops, which is coming a long way from Constable Corbin.
Yeah. But I just know I really think you can hand this dude anything and he just kills it. And I have to say, he seriously has one of the most protected finishers in the company. That move's been protected since his debut.
I was going to say, I don't think anyone's ever kicked out of it.
So that's the thing. And I know they think very highly of him. I know there was that little bit when he had the Money in the Bank and there was something happened and they ended up doing that insane cash in with what he tried with Cena and all that. But I cannot speak any more highly of what they're doing with the Corbin stuff. I'm very excited about it as a long time defender of Baron Corbin. It's weird not saying King anymore.
It is Baron, yes. So while we're on SmackDown, may I air grievances? And they're grievances that everybody knows already. Like if you pay attention to the product, you have these grievances.
Yeah,
so,
we need to do this.
So all right. Edge. Number 1. Seth. Seth 100% deserves shot at Roman. 100%. Edge coming back after being beaten at WrestleMania, not doing anything, not winning a match, not doing any of that, and you just get put into a championship match. I don't like that at all. Not one bit. Granted, I did like his promo. It didn't make me believe he deserved a championship match, but I liked his promo. Let's see. Bianca and Bailey. Why the hell am I going to see this match again? I understand it's an I Quit. I understand, but you just had a Hell in a Cell match. Like, that should, again, totally ruins the Hell in a Cell. That whole pay-per-view ruins the Hell in a Cell and the meaning of it, because that's supposed to be a rivalry ender. That's supposed to be the climax of a rivalry, a Hell in a Cell match. But no, you got to do another one in an I Quit match, which I'm sure it will be great again, but Jesus H. Christ with the rematches. It is ridiculous. Why are they doing this? Probably because they got no women.
Question.
Kevin Owens.
Sorry, just in the middle of it. If they have no women, did they make the stipulation of if Bailey loses, she's leaving the company or something? Didn't they mention that? That was mentioned during it. I don't know if it was made official.
Yeah, no, apparently it says here Bailey claimed to have never quit anything in her life, and if Belair can make it happen on Sunday, Bailey will quit the WWE entirely.
Yeah, so
I missed that part.
That was I was doing a little painting and I had it on my iPad and I was kind of just I couldn't see the screen, but I was listening to it. And I remember hearing all this and I was like thinking in my head, I was like, dude, there's like 7.5 women on the SmackDown women's roster, if that. And now they're doing a stipulation where the champion's wrestling someone. If the champion retains, that the other one's leaving, and there's 6.5 people. Like, whew. It's Scott Steiner in here. Let's do some math.
Okay. Kevin Owens qualified for Money in the Bank. Good for him. Guess what? Sammy should have been in the Money in the Bank ladder match instead. Like, again, great match. Awesome match. Didn't need to see it again. Just had it at Hell in a Cell. Now first off, you can just see the ratings grab that this show's trying to get with having a last man standing match on Friday Night SmackDown and a Hell in a Cell match 2 weeks ago. Like, you could see that Fox is like, yo, like, you need to start doing a hell of a lot better or making some matches or something, like, because this is awful. This didn't need to happen. Sami Zayn should have been in it. I thought KO was taking time off. Apparently that's not the case. But Sammy should have been in the match. Tired of the rematches. Tired of these stupid qualifying matches that shouldn't be qualifying matches because Sammy just beat KO. Didn't he just, like, he beat him at Hell in a Cell? It doesn't make any lick of sense. Sammy should be in there, not KO. Liv Morgan. Oh my God. Like, oh my God. First off, it was dumb last week just announcing Carmella. She didn't do it. Like, but I'll give you that one. I'm generous. I'll give you that one. Carmella, 2-time Money in the Bank winner. I'll give you that.
Most beautiful woman in WWE.
And then, rightfully so, Liv Morgan comes down, challenges her. Hey, I should be in that match more than she should. Let me prove it to you by beating her. Okay, go ahead. Beats her. Not put in the match. Okay, whatever. But this week, yay, Zelina Vega is back. Awesome. Good to hear. I think she's awesome. She's going to be fine. Going to be good. I'm excited to see what she does on her own and without Andrade. Literally hasn't had a match in the WWE this year, I believe. And she gets put in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And then Liv Morgan again comes out, challenges her to a match, beats her. I don't care how she beat her, beats her. And as of this show right now, is not in the match. I understand maybe they're building something and they're like, it's all for storyline purposes, but outside of storyline purposes, in like reality, this makes no freaking sense.
You can't, I mean, you go from just saying people are in it. Raw's having tag matches where if you win that, both of them get in. People are just getting placed in it. I don't know. They made kind of a joke.
What I would like to see? I would like those tag matches that you mentioned. I wouldn't mind them, But I think it'd be a lot more interesting if they put like two people that weren't like cool with each other and make it a Money in the Bank qualifier match. I don't know. I think it would add something, but either way, the whole thing's stupid.
Oh,
And
also, why
now I'm upset.
why is there a qualifying match, a last man standing match, when
Right,
everyone
like-
else just had normal matches? Like,
Right, like as if the Money in the Bank ladder match isn't going to be brutal enough.
Yeah.
So, like, hey man, we're gonna give you a chance in this ladder match. It's a very dangerous ladder match, but the thing is, you're gonna be in a last man standing match to get there. So by the time the ladder match comes around, you're gonna be like 50% healthy. So
guarantee you, midweek, Seth Rollins, Cesaro, buried alive match for entrance in the Money in the Bank. Boom.
I wouldn't mind a good old buried alive match. I haven't seen one of them in years.
Oh, dude, cannot wait for that buried alive match this week. It's gonna be awesome.
We need a buried alive match.
Oh man. I guess the Roman Reigns was not on the
No, he wasn't.
show this week for like the first time in a very long time.
He doesn't need to be either. He does not need to be. I was totally cool with that.
Jey
I was totally
Uso
cool with him not being
on.
on Money in the Bank, but they had to rush this stupid match. It's just like, again, I can forgive it because I think the main story for this is Seth Rollins and Edge, not Edge and Roman Reigns. So, like, I can forgive this a little bit. You know what's going to happen. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, and they even did like Edge like explaining to all of us literally like, oh, I come out there, you start beating me down, and then Roman shows up and your brother, blah blah blah. Like, but they did the complete like, no Jay, no Roman, just main event Jimmy Uso. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was the promo that Edge cut in the beginning when he did the shot from WrestleMania and did look at his eyes and all that. I thought that was great. I thought that was great that that's what he did to Jimmy to close out the show. So, I mean, even though like just little things I thought that were just, but there was a lot of like the qualifying match stuff still. SmackDown just got really extreme with it where just you're in it.
Ain't lying.
Last man standing match, literally gonna be like a like buried alive, like a shank
Like,
match.
do any of these like grudge match stipulations mean anything anymore? Like, it hurts me. It really does. When you go down the list of like great last man standing matches with Triple H and Shawn, I was there for probably the best Royal Rumble 2004, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, last man standing match. That's probably my favorite match I've ever seen live. Oh my God. Triple H, Jericho, Rock, Mankind, Undertaker, Batista probably had one. Like, it's like, and then this, like, Kevin Owens, I think Dean Ambrose had one too at the Rumble at one point.
And didn't he have one with Roman like this Rumble?
Yeah, he had one with Roman at the Rumble, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. These are rivalry enders, and I'm not confident in saying that we won't see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn like in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, and we still got the freaking 8-man tag match with all the Money in the Bank, or the tag team match with the 4 SmackDown superstars in the Money in the Bank ladder match to come. So that's probably the last week. So that's probably like 2 weeks.
Well, Raw this week's doing the Miz TV with all the Raw participants.
Break out the ladders.
You think? Oh, dude, that was the best one. What year was that? When everyone was sitting on Jericho was on it. Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I think that was the year Ambrose won, I believe.
Yeah, Ambrose was
that I guess probably like 2016, I think.
Great segment. I thought that all-time memorable segment. Was Del Rio in it? Was he in that one?
It might have been.
There was so many people sitting on like really high ladders just having a conversation. It was so ridiculous
Yeah, he might have been.
because of symbolism. I need to mention, switching completely, AEW. I thought his promo this week was awesome.
Why was it awesome for you?
I just thought, I don't know, I just love how he was talking. I love just him dismissing like Matt Sydal was nothing. And I just thought something as simple as just doing Matt something. And just the way, I don't know, the way he carried it, I thought it was great. I was literally popping from it. I was cracking up. I was like, and he kept forgetting it. And he kept telling him, but he kept just going with it. Loved it. I wanted the graphic to say Matt something, but unfortunately, I don't know, really, because I felt bad because I feel like I talked shit on him when he had Vicky with him, and I was like, it's not a good idea, but I don't know. I felt like I dismissed him very quickly. But he got with that promo, I thought I was like, well, obviously in the ring, he's top notch.
Yes.
But I was like, I don't know but that little, I don't know.
I mean, I'm inclined to agree with you. I think Matt something is like real good move for a heel. Promo was fine. I know I seen like a lot of people on Twitter say like with the subtitles, if he's speaking in English, he doesn't need the subtitles and stuff. I mean, yeah, but it's not like a big gripe of mine per se, you know.
It grabs your, I mean, for the smallest amount of time, it just grabs your attention. Honestly, I think it just makes, if you have a weird time understanding him, they want you to hear the joke. At least I think, like some people, for some reason.
Honestly, I'm used to subtitles on my screen. Like I watch a lot of movies that are like have like very low speaking people, and I can't fucking hear them. So I put subtitles on movies sometimes. Like I just watched Loki, and I can't hear a goddamn thing they're saying. So yeah, I put the subtitles on so I can understand them. So I was used to seeing it. Didn't have an issue with it. By the way, the answer to your question of who was in that Money in the Bank ladder match: Ambrose, Del Rio, Cesaro, Jericho, Owens, and Zayn.
All right, that was a good one.
There you go.
We got most of them.
Yeah, we did pretty good.
We mentioned at least all.
Actually, it sounds like that was a solid pay-per-view. Corbin versus Ziggler, New Day versus the freaking Good Brothers versus Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains. Dana Brooke faced Natalya and Becky Lynch. Oh, Charlotte and Dana Brooke faced Natalya and Becky Lynch. Styles versus Cena.
Yeah, dude, that was the year.
And then Reigns versus Rollins. Man, that sounds like a banger.
I gotta go back and watch that one. That is very
that's
good.
a good one.
I mean, dude, because that's when Rollins came back.
Yeah.
Beat Roman and then instantly.
Yeah.
That I remember literally everything about. I remember my daughter was just born recently. I remember like everything about that night. I can see me standing up and going nuts for I was going nuts, and all of a sudden I just stopped and I was like, shit, no. And Krista was like, what? I was like, Ambrose is gonna come out. And then as soon as I said it, music pops and she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, he's gonna come out and win the title. They're gonna do all three Shield members beat each other. I remember.
Yeah, I love that. I love the Ambrose winning the championship because I didn't think they would pull the trigger on him.
I did like it, but I was so invested in that Rollins coming back and from injury and beating Reigns.
Yeah,
but it happened. But it was cool. It was really cool.
Yes, I agree. It was very good.
I was heavily invested when Rollins hurt his knee at that house show. He was wrestling Kane. I was like, no.
Yeah, it was upsetting. And I think that was the year where like every star got injured too. And because it was leading up to WrestleMania, they had to bring out Shane McMahon and The Rock, Austin, Foley, Shawn Michaels, all those guys. Awful.
What else?
We got this AEW match, man, or this AEW Dynamite show, and I gotta say, like, I feel like I say this almost every week, but this freaking show ruled. I love this show, man. I'm excited for the coffin match with Paige and Allen. I'm excited for Omega and because they finally sounds like they're finally starting to plant seeds for Omega and Paige.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that's gonna probably be the main event of
All Out.
All Out.
I would think so. Yeah. It's like, and then Jungle Boy versus Jack Evans. That was fine. Luchasaurus is back. Christian Luchasaurus apparently have like something in common with dinosaurs or something. Pillman versus Miro. I thought that was super good.
Yep.
And I wasn't expecting it to be super good. And with that, Pillman was like pretty much in control until like the last few minutes, and then Miro just took over. The way they've reset Miro completely from like the best man stuff to what he's doing now. Awesome stuff.
Yep.
Awesome stuff.
It's what he needed, even in the last company he was in.
Every day's Miro Day.
Miro Day.
Then the main event, dude. MJF versus Sammy Guevara, bro. This is a free. We're getting a free match of this magnitude of these people, and these guys are just busting their ass, diving into crowds. Insanity.
Yeah, it was fantastic all the way till honestly to the finish. I mean, I thought that was a great way to obviously end that match. You because you're slowly shifting it to Spears and Sammy, but they wanted to get this out of the way. I mean, it shifted. I mean, they had Jericho on commentary the whole entire night, which was, I mean, they really loaded the hell out of the show. Yeah. So,
and like because of all of that, I totally forgot it was the last time that they were like in Daly's place.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, but like not only did they entertain you, but then they hit you in the feels with this video package thanking Jacksonville. And of course, like 60% of it was all Brody Lee.
Yeah.
So that was great. And then, you know, the whole night ruined by JR's sign off. Whole night.
Which I did not catch for some reason. I don't know if I turned it off or
a lot of people didn't catch it. I think if you have certain like TV packages, it may have cut off. Like I think Sling cut off before he said it.
Okay, so there you go.
I know people or Sling were talking about it, YouTube TV. I definitely cut off because I didn't catch it either.
It's still
maybe they got that 7-second delay or something, and they were like, "Oh, we ain't airing that."
Do you think that he gets taken off of commentary very soon?
No. Look, it's JR, dude. Like, he makes mistakes, and granted, like, he probably shouldn't at this rate, but if JR is in the company, you're going to keep him on commentary now. I mean, I don't know when his contract's up, but, like, once the contract's up, maybe move him to a like, maybe what Michael Cole is to broadcasters, like, make them the boss of broadcasters. I don't know if that's a thing, but like a training position for them would be cool too. But no, not anytime soon. Not while he's on contract with them. No, it's JR. He's a Hall of Famer. He could make 20 mistakes and he'd still be the greatest commentator that there ever was.
It was just a thought I feel like I'm going to see something soon enough. Like
a lot of people are calling for his head, and it's
I just feel more of a backstage role or something. Just an advisor.
He wants it. He obviously still wants to like call the action, or else he wouldn't still be doing it. You know, I feel like if he didn't want to, he just wouldn't. wouldn't sign the biggest free agent deal that AEW's ever had or whatever it was, you know?
Good old JR.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. It's made me really excited for them to get back on the road. Granted, next week's in Miami, whatever. I mean, down the street from Jacksonville, isn't it?
Yeah, is it Road Rager? Is that next week?
Yeah, it's Road Rager.
Road Rager, and the night before that is the Great American Bash for NXT. And they both is the Great American. They're still in.
Yeah, they're still in the Capitol Wrestling Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now Dynamite, now from now on, everything's going to be live from they're touring now, right?
Yes. Every Wednesday. And
the WWE got like 2 more weeks.
They start 17th.
No, they said SmackDown. They said it's the penultimate. So next week's the final week in the Thunderdome.
Yes,
for SmackDown.
That's correct. So 2 more weeks. So 16th, 17th. No, it's the 16th, 18th, and 19th, or whatever it is. I don't know. And whenever Money in the Bank is, it's shit.
I know I don't know which one, but they're recording one of the Raws.
That's right. Yes.
And they're airing it. They're doing like 2. I don't know if that was tomorrow. Maybe they did it last week already. So the Raw Thunderdome might be done then, because it's already. I don't know. I'm excited to see like when you were mentioning before about like when Corbin about like he might get cheered, or just like I'm interested in this built up through like everything, just to see what the payoff is now of when people come out, like if they really hate Jackson Riker, like you're gonna hear.
Oh, we didn't talk about him and his strap match. So it's not the strap match I have an issue with. I mean, there is, but I didn't make this connection at first. But did you see the tights he was wearing?
The what?
His tights, his trunks.
Maybe not. No, what happened?
They were red and yellow, and like a lot of people, because it's red and yellow and it's wrestling, they associate that with fellow racist Hulk Hogan.
Oh God,
I think that's totally weird that they do that. Personally,
I don't say that I agree with like if he tweeted whatever about the dude, like people who I don't know, every tweet I just click to look at the comments and I'm just like, all right, like I don't know.
Like what he said was wrong and everything, and he probably definitely shouldn't be having any type of job. He's a scumbag for sure, but I mean, I wouldn't associate somebody's trunks with him. I don't know.
I almost just like tweeting things about like.
It's also, he doesn't need it. Like it's bad enough he's in a strap match, you know. Like you don't need we get it.
Every time I see something with him, I retweet it and just go, because it just seems to piss people off for some reason. They just every tweet involving him, people are just trying to get him fired, basically.
Right.
So, do you have anything else better to do? Honestly,
no, they don't. It's the IWC.
We got jaBROni of the weeks lined up.
There were a couple. So I don't even know if I should talk about it. I don't know. Look, Twitter, IWC, weird people. I understand that some of these women are very beautiful and you might be big fans of them. It's just don't. So there's this guy on Twitter. I'm trying to find it so I know what I'm talking about. But like, here it is. Okay, so there's this guy. I'm not gonna give his handle out because there may be some actual issues here. Sent out a series of tweets regarding Becky Lynch. if I can spare some time of yours, I will read them. And I quote, "Goodbye and good riddance, Becky Lynch, you giant heartless phony. You are no longer important and special. I am no longer supporting you because you're a bellend who thinks with their see you next Tuesday, not with their heart and brain. You and real Paige it's Paige. You and Paige will open your legs for any ugly piece of shit like you two have done. Maybe you two should have taken notes from the legs of Carmella, Bella Twins, Alexa Bliss, and Cassie Lee. Who's Cassie Lee?
Peyton
Peyton Royce?
Peyton Royce.
Okay, so that's Corey Graves. I'm assuming John Cena and Daniel Bryan. Alexa Ryan Cabrera, or Buddy Murphy, maybe. And Ty Dillinger, right? For Peyton Royce. All good looking guys. But because their judgment is lacking, not one bit. So apparently he thinks those guys are hot. Becky Lynch enjoyed being cheated on because cheating on his other half is what Rollins does.
That's
no one
thing.
will feel sorry for you, not Charlotte, none of these sheep, nor your stupid family. Well, I'll be here laughing at you and your stupidity when that happens. Becky, without me and my support, you and your stock will fall straight to hell, while my star will rise and will shoot upward straight to the moon and beyond. I wouldn't be surprised if you... I'm not going to say that, but it goes into, talking about her newly born child who's 20 minutes old and didn't do anything. So, that's like a sick person and everything, but unfortunately, that's not the only time something like that has been said about people. So it's not just him, it's to all the weirdos and creepos out there that take this stuff way too seriously. Get a life. Jabronis of the week. Weird Twitter. What are they called? Trolls?
Yeah, so that's weird because mine is literally on the same route of this. And it's just an observation that I've had for a while, but I always just because I feel like some people who have these accounts listen to the show. So I might literally be calling out, I'm not going to mention any handles, but it's pretty obvious. But these people who have accounts that are surrounded by the fact that someone has retweeted them, liked them, or it's like a fan account, almost, but they do use it as their normal tweeting thing, but it's heavily around. So there's this one. It doesn't matter. It's strictly about Johnny Gargano a lot. I see a lot of them from all different wrestlers. So I'm not trying to just sing. This is one example. And it's retweeted by X amount of times, liked by, and then he has one about same count about Ariana Grande, once retweeted and liked. And it's just, I don't understand it. To me, it's the same thing. It's almost except not saying these crazy things like that guy said that you were talking about. This almost reminds me exactly of the same kind of behavior, though, even though it's not. But it's just the obsessiveness of getting liked or retweeted by these people that you have their family photo up, or a Christmas picture of them together when you got and then you tweet "good night everybody" and do that picture. And there is a lot of people who do this stuff. And I honestly wanted to ask you, I was have you ever seen these before at all? These fan accounts where they their whole thing is, there's one about Adam Cole. They're all about these people and getting retweets and mention it in their bio.
It kind of goes hand in hand with what I was just reading, because the most common one I see on my feed is Alexa Bliss fan accounts, and they post pictures of Alexa and all that stuff and weirdness.
When the Sonya Villa stalker, which I think he was released out of prison.
He was released into a mental hospital though. So
it's just funny that I've been thinking this for a while, but then you sent me the screenshot of those tweets, and I was like, oh, this is literally hand in hand. We're both going to be ranting about similar things this week. But I don't know. Very weird. Could be a nice person, probably. I don't know. That my one example. I'm saying there's so many, but I was really referencing a lot of the things that on just weird. I get like this weird, like down the back of my spine, like, ooh.
Yes, very, very odd. Very odd.
I like wrestling. I don't like it that much.
Look, I'm all for, being fans and everything and whatnot, but I mean, there's limits.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go knock at Baron Corbin's door. Might scream from the street, maybe, but I'm not gonna go right up to his door.
I'm still looking for Finn Balor. Yes, I don't think he's in Philly.
I could have sworn he lived here.
Nah, apparently not.
All right. Well, we are slowly making our way to this big reveal.
Yes.
Collision.
Next week is the penultimate. Is that the word of the day? Penultimate episode before the reveal.
Yeah. Next week will be the penultimate, which and then you can find that in all past episodes, bodyslam.net, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff, all that beautiful. You follow up there, Twitter at jaBROnis pod. Underneath us, if you're on YouTube, at jaBROni McCann.
I'm at jaBROni Butler. Sorry, I'm focused on finding the things
I always
that
forget.
are definitely in front of me right now and not added in post edit.
They're not really his hands at all.
These are not my hands.
And then also tell them about
we got the Untitled Wrestling Network. We post Raw and SmackDown reviews on YouTube, and it's just me, and it's like 30 minutes, and it's chill. I was going to do a live watch along last night, but I got home from work late. My brother came over, had a drink or 5, and didn't do that. But I will be live tweeting on Raw this Monday, and we'll be then doing a post show immediately afterwards. So look for that.
Yes. And during Raw, yeah, I'll probably be sitting there with a laptop watching.
Don't look for me at 8 o'clock either. Don't look for me at 8 o'clock. Look for me at like 9:20, 9:30. All right, because that's when I started.
That's the best way to do it.
I catch up anyway.
Yeah, you
do.
do.
Through the matches you don't need to see or you've seen 20 times, and you're there.
Yeah, but go over to bodyslam.net for my Monday night jaBROnis Raw review, along with, again, all the episodes. You can go check out our buddies over at The Push. They released their Alberto El Patron episode. So keep a lookout. I don't know what they're up to next. They should be dropping some more episodes soon. Go check that out. I mean, we got the merch store, which is in the description if you're watching this, and Spotify, all that. Go check that out. We have jaBROnis t-shirts, hoodies.
I have a bone to pick. I have a bone to pick regarding this. Not to mess up with your sign off or nothing. How come the hats? We need jaBROni hats.
I think for some reason, I don't know if they can put I can work on it, because I want tracksuit.
The Roman Reigns tracksuit thing.
Basically, but I mean, we have, I think, the tight pants that are on there right now you can get, but you need the I don't know if we can get one made. If anyone knows or has any,
yes, if anyone
has someone
tracksuit specialist or swishy pants specialist, please.
Yeah, we're thinking like Jesse and Chester in Dude, Where's My Car? Red,
I totally rock the hell out of that. Yes,
red and blue like tracksuit, something like that. But jaBROni's logos need that, especially if we do any traveling and we're representing jaBROni somewhere.
We have to know. We have to get the word out.
One, who we are to not to fuck with us.
basically.
All right.
Continue.
So we'll be back next Saturday for the penultimate.
I can do. I have work in the morning, but I can do.
We could do. We're gonna be back next weekend
Next weekend for sure.
for the penultimate.
Yes. There's that.
The go home for.
Well, it's not a go home.
Oh, it's the penultimate.
It's
The next week.
for the go home.
Yeah.
There you
It better not be The Rock. jaBROnis.